It's your boy TMizzle coming back again with another video on my Free4Mizzle account. Today, I'm going to go over what I've been doing in the past week or so since I made my last video. And also, I'm going to talk about this new base strategy that I got off the forum from J4K3. Um, and like I said, I'll post the forum screenshot of that so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to go over just a few things today, and we'll talk about the new base setup here. Okay. All right. First thing, let's take a look at my bosses that I have so far. Keeping in mind that this is my free to play account, so can't buy any gold. So we just stick with the bosses that we've been getting. Now you only see 6 here right now, and basically what I've done is the extra bosses that I have gotten from the rolls, from the free maintenance gold and stuff like that, my achievement gold, I've consumed them. Okay, I basically consumed them um, to upgrade a couple skills to 2. As you see, I have Potato Squeeze 2 of 9. Hazmat has this 2 of 9. Excuse me. I haven't done anything with Big Boy yet or Liana Sight. I think Panda. I've been working on Pandas. I only got a couple more to get her skill up to 2 of 9. But basically, I've consumed all the extra bosses that I had to upgrade those skills and to keep my rep down. Okay. Currently, it's 38.98. A very important thing to remember, guys, and this is for you new players, or if you are struggling, you've been playing for a while and you're struggling on leveling, the higher your rep is, the harder the competition is going to be when you raid. So you want to keep this reputation down as much as possible until you get high level bosses and you can take on harder bases. So I've consumed all the bosses I've had extra. I only need 6 to raid and 6 for Fight Club, so I consumed the rest of them because raiding was a little bit harder than I wanted it to be at this level. So that's what I did to keep them down. Also, in order to keep that, also if you want to keep the rep down, try not to upgrade that many of your buildings. Just the only buildings I recommend you upgrade right away anyway would be your bank. Do your banks and your juice, your mark, so you can hold more juice and more gold from raiding. Okay. Now you can go ahead and do your defenses if you want to. Of course, I always recommend good defense. So your bank, your mark, and you go ahead and do your defense if you want to upgrade your boss base and your towers. Okay. But in order to try to keep that rep down, do as least as possible upgrading. Okay. Try to keep that down as least as you can. All right. And I say that, I know my main man King H. He's doing a free to play account as well, and his rep is actually even lower than mine. He's basically just upgrading his banks and his juice mart. So that's a good strategy. It makes raiding super easy until you can get your bosses leveled up higher. I went with a different approach. I leveled up quite a few things. My banks are leveled up. My boss bases. I even leveled up my soldier camps. I mean, for me, I think the 38.98 rep is okay for where I'm at. As you can see, my bosses. The levels I am at 72. I got a couple 70s, and then the others are like around 60, which I'm still waiting on street credit to upgrade those. Okay, so I feel it's fine because I can't upgrade anything anyway, so I don't mind doing the harder raids. Actually gives me a little bit more experience. So for me, that's the route I think I'm going to stick with. And if you want to, it's fine. Just remember, you can't upgrade that fast anyway because of the street credit. So the harder raids are going to give you the more experience, and just once you get to this level you can kind of stop upgrading stuff because you have enough. This as far as the bang and mar, I have plenty enough to do any upgrade I need to do right now anyway. So I think I'm in a good place in this account, and that's kind of what I want to show you guys. I mean, so far it's been working out great. Still working on that street credit. It's not going as bad as I thought it was, but it does take time. All right, now let's talk about this base layout real quick. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes. So, reading on the forums, and I don't know if you guys have been to the forum, and I'll bring the post. Let me go ahead and bring that post over here for you guys so you can see it. Basically, I have here's the forum, and now you should be able to see that. You should be able to see the screen here. So, this post here was made by J4K3, and I'm gonna make sure he gets credit for this forum post. And make sure you guys go over to the forum and check it out if you haven't read it. Okay, but you could just watch it, look at it right here. It's fine, whatever. But I'm gonna read this bottom part. This is the part that I like. All buildings have a fog of war area around them that is one extra grid unit larger than the yellow footprint grid you see when you place them. Okay, it tells where he can find him at. And you can find this guy and you can look at his base if you want to. Basically, all his buildings take advantage of the +1 fog of war space around them, including walls. The only buildings set side by side are with his bosses in the middle, and this is done to try and force any opponent to deploy his bosses quickly and at one time. If the attackers are all focused like that, I just turn their raid into a fight club match. Only they have the extra troops, black market. I have boss bases, bonuses, and towers. I open up a small area in front of my compound where units can deploy closer to my wall. It's all set up so that all my bosses will attack the moment someone gets through that first notch in the wall. All my boss bases have a range inside my walls. This is done so an attacker can't lure out one or two bosses and outnumber them. And this is very important, guys. You don't want them to be able to lure out one or two bosses. You want multiple bosses to come at them. If you understand to lure them out, outnumber them, offensive strategy, this is what my build is doing as a defensive strategy. By limiting how close an attacker can deploy to my bosses and the line of sight units have when they are deployed, I increase the probability of the attacker's units acting erratically and separating so I can outnumber and overpower them. J4K3. Like I said, I want to read that because I want to make sure he gets credit. I have not tested it out yet. However, I like the strategy. Okay, and just so you understand what he's talking about, let's take a look. I'm just going to pick a random building. And when I click on the building, you see the grid squares. Well, if I move it 2 spaces this way, it's going to touch that. So that's the fog of war. Okay, that's what he's talking about. That one space for each grid. Okay. So basically, any building, if you click on it, just add a space one way on each side, and that goes for each building. If you do, and I've done that already. So each one, if I move 2 spaces here, that closes here. The reason you want it 2, if you make it 3, then you will have a gap in here, and they can drop the soldiers right in there. So you have to make it 2 or less. Okay, 2 is where you want to be, and basically you want to be able to click on that and move it 1, 2, and it'll touch that wall. Okay, or 1, 2, and it'll touch that next juice mart. Okay, and that's kind of what he's talking about, the fog of war. Now, we're not worried about the space out here. This is not important because if you drop out here, that's fine. What the objective is when you drop the bosses out here, when they start attacking, they are more likely to spread out and attack from different angles. That way, when they get down to your defensive area here, they're going to be spread out, and you can take them out a lot easier than if they were all together. Okay, so that is the strategy he's using. He's trying to force bosses to spread apart. And I'll be honest, if you have Grim and he's healing, when they spread apart like that and start walking different distances to get to the next building, it's harder for him to heal. So that is a good strategy, and that's why I decided to try it on my actually not just on my Free4Mizzle account, my main TMizzle account. I've tried the same strategy, and I'll be honest, it has worked so far on my main account. So I went ahead and tried it on this account. Whenever I get some attacks, I will let you know and let you see what it looks like. But that's what we're going to do. Okay, so remember that fog of war is that space that you have between the next building, and you want to make sure there's no gaps in between these buildings and your base, your main resources here, which I put all my bank vaults in here along with my defense. So each area, if you click on anywhere, it's not more than 2 spaces to the wall or to the next building, and that goes for even, excuse me, that's even right here. See, so it's 2 spaces in there, and that's what you want to do. All this area here, you won't want to leave any spaces within this inside the perimeter. Okay, no empty spaces inside the perimeter that you can drop bosses in. It's okay on the outside, but not in this area here. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand that. Again, refer to the forum on that post, and I'll post a link in the description here to that forum post, and that's J4K3. You can read it again, and you can even check his base out, or check my base out if you want, and that kind of show you exactly what it should look like. Okay, all right, so now we covered that real quick. My next priorities are, of course, getting that street credit, but hopefully I get another role here soon. I'm hoping to get another legendary soon. I still haven't gotten a second legendary. I have been rolling elites, which is fine. I just got Panda, but which I already showed you guys who I had. But I just got Panda. She's the lowest one. But I'm just gonna level her up and get her to 60, and then I'll have a nice, pretty decent Fight Club team. Let's take a look at my rank since I have you here in Fight Club. So right now I'm at 2,000, which sucks. Let's go ahead and do a quick match. It's always good. I don't want to do nothing I can't win, so let's try to go with Ben. Let's just try this one here. Always good to throw a quick Fight Club match on the end of a video. Everybody likes that. Now, the strategy I've been using is, because I have Teddy Squeeze, I place my guys on this lane, and this is just a strategy I've been using because I find it works better where at this point in the game where I'm at. Basically, I want them to just get to the truck where that guy's doing the same thing, and because Teddy Squeeze has an AOE effect, he's gonna, as he attacks this vehicle, he's gonna actually damage the team, okay, and he's gonna stun them. And as you can see, I'm gonna try to see make this bigger here. So pay attention to this team as they damage the truck. You'll see them get stunned here, soon, and damaged from Teddy Squeeze, which allows me to take a lead, slight advantage on them. Come on, there you go. See it? See the stun there? That's why I try to avoid going head on head, because I have a better chance of winning by just allowing Teddy Squeeze stun. There's another stun and damage, so that gives me the advantage when I play teams that are close to my rank, my level. Okay, of course, if they outrank me by a significant amount or have more legends than me that are stronger, then they'll win. But that method works great where I'm at. I'm kind of in this position where I go back and forth between 90 and 100, just that threshold. So let's try one more and see if it'll work again. Okay, I'm almost over this cold, guys. I've been struggling for about a week now with this freaking head cold, and it's finally starting to ease away. So my boy should be getting back to normal. And oh man, well, that guy did the same strategy. So let's just see what happens here. We didn't really want to go head on head, but this guy's taking the outside, the bottom lane. Hopefully Teddy Squeezers do enough damage to him that we can win this battle. And yep, like we won that one as well. Like I said, I don't normally try to go head on head, but we actually won. So watch these guys go ahead and take this out. Another win for us. That's good. I like getting wins while I do the videos. That's awesome. So after this Fight Club win, I'm going to end the video. Like I said, that was just a quick kind of a recap on what we've been doing in free to play. In order to keep the video short and sweet, I will not do any raids on this video. We'll do some raids on the next video. I'm sure some of you guys probably, that's probably your main concern is raiding at this level. And I know it's getting harder. It's getting to that point where it is a little harder to raid. So I will, my next video, I think I'll do some raids just to kind of show you guys what I'm doing. I know I've done it before when I was a little bit lower, but it has gotten significantly harder, and I want to show you guys pretty much what I'm doing. I'm still using my resource raiding strategy. So just a quick tip till my next video: whenever you raiding at this level, make sure you raid look for lower level bosses and look for a lot of cash and juice. Okay, make sure if you're gonna raid somebody and gonna get beat, make sure you get cash out of it or something. Don't raid somebody with low cash and resources and still lose bosses. It's not worth it. Okay, so remember that. If you forgot, make sure you take a look at the resource rating video I did. It will show you exactly what I do as my strategy, and it's okay to skip raids until you find that one that you can handle. Okay, all right, that's it for today. If you have any questions, make sure you hit me up. I'll leave all my contact information in the comments. This is TMizzle, and I'm out. Peace.